tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back with another video, and the Raiders are now 6-4, beating the Cincinnati Bengals, keeping them winless for the rest of the season, or for the time being. The Raiders get this win, you know, a win that we should have had, and we did get. And this game was, I guess you can say, a little closer than we thought, you know. And I said in my last video that we shouldn't sleep on the Bengals, and it's any given Sunday because anything could have happened. And if you could watch the game, they had a chance to win the game, but you know, our defense stepped up real big and we did what we needed to do on offense. You know, the Raiders won 17-10. We are now 6-4. It's funny that after this game, the Raiders move out of the playoff spot. They're one game out of the playoffs in the 7th seed right now. The Texans have the tiebreaker over the Raiders, and the Raiders, my goodness, it doesn't matter because on Monday night, I'm pretty sure as much as every Raider fan hates the Chargers, they're gonna be rooting for the Chargers on Monday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully they could beat them, and that would put us at the #1 spot in the AFC West. Woo! But let's get to this game. This game was a huge game for the Raiders to win. It was a trap game, and if the Raiders were to lose this game, I know a lot of Raider Nation would have went mad. And the Raiders won, and still there's a lot of Raider Nation fans that are mad that we didn't blow them out. But you know, that's besides the point. Me as a Samoan Raider, I'm just happy that we won this game and we get to go against the New York Jets with a W, sitting at 6-4. This game started off pretty well. Josh Jacobs came out with a 21-yard run, and I was like, okay, we about to get it started. But then we go on a 3-and-out, and the Raiders punt the ball off to the Bengals. One of the stars of today's game just got started. Max Crosby gets a forced fumble sack with Mohurst recovering it, and we get great field position to score. But Josh Jacobs fumbles for the first time in his career, which was a huge blow because the Bengals got the ball right back and they drove down the field and scored on the Raiders. And we were already down 7-0, which honestly, my heart was pounding because I was like, oh my goodness, I hope they don't get fired up and start scoring on us. Because, you know, our defense could be hit or miss, you know, on certain games. But in the past 2 games, our defense stepped up huge. In this game, our defense stepped up huge. Even though we gave up some big runs in the beginning of the game, Joe Mixon scored their first touchdown and his first touchdown of the season in this game. After that score, the defense actually held the Bengals in check throughout the rest of the game. Another thing I want to bring up in this game is Derek Carr getting sacked. He got sacked twice in this game and threw for an interception. But other than that, if you watch the beginning of the game, man, the Bengals defensive line was getting to Derek Carr and they were breaking and collapsing the pocket real quick. I don't know what was going on with the offensive line, but it seemed like they were kind of missing a step at the beginning of the game. But Derek Carr found a way to make throws and get throws off. Even in the first half, when he was getting pressured a lot, there was one play where on 3rd down he had to jump a little and loft the ball up to Tyrell Williams, and he had a huge catch. Tyrell Williams had a good day today. You know, he caught the balls when we needed him to catch them. He actually led the Raiders in catches with 4 receptions for 82 yards. He didn't have a touchdown today, but he came up big in certain drives. Foster Moreau had a huge touchdown to tie the game up, which I was really hyped. If anything, I have to give the Bengals defensive line some credit. They were stuffing Josh Jacobs at the goal line because they knew the Raiders wanted to give it to him. Every time we were down there, we tried to give the ball off to Josh Jacobs to go down and score a touchdown. The Raiders did an awesome job. They seen what they were doing and they ran a really nice play action to Foster Moreau for the touchdown. And we had a couple 3-and-outs, and right before the half, the Raiders drove down and Derek Carr found a way to get into the end zone, had like a little juke, and then he jumped over the offensive line for the touchdown. Bro, that was a crazy play, and my heart dropped. My heart paused for a moment when Derek Carr jumped in the air because I was like, please do not fumble this ball. And he didn't. He actually put 2 hands on the ball this time and got the touchdown. I bet if he jumped over with one arm, it would have been a fumble, you know. And I'm like, bro, do not do that to us again, please. I want to give a huge shout out to John Gruden for calling that timeout right before the half, icing the kicker and making Bullock miss the field goal, man. That was a huge timeout right there and a huge 3-point play for them to miss. That was mostly the whole game breakdown. There wasn't really much to talk about other than Max Crosby's 4-sack day. My goodness, I can't believe it. Max Crosby is the steal of the draft. Bruh is stepping up, and it's so crazy to see where he came from, you know, from draft day to now, man. He's a solidified defensive player on our team, and the fact that he had 4 sacks in this game and a forced fumble, man, that was really huge to see from Max Crosby, man. Derek Carr went 25 for 29 for 292 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 rush touchdown, and 1 interception, which, you know, I gotta give it to the defender. He did a great job baiting Derek Carr to throw the ball, and he cut Hunter Renfrow real nice for that interception. Josh Jacobs goes over 100 yards again, having 23 carries for 112 yards and 1 fumble. That 1 fumble was really huge because this could have been a whole different game, but you know, that's besides the point. He has another 100-yard game, which is great, and he's still doing a great job running the rock, doing what he needs to do. He didn't get a touchdown in this game. He did get stuffed at the goal line, but you know what? It's good that we're still trying to give him chances in the red zone to score. Trevor Mullins had a lot of interceptions that he could have had in this game, and even in previous games, he had so many times where he could have had a pick 6 or, you know, got a pick, and he just dropped the ball. That's why he's a cornerback, but that's besides the point. In this game, he had like 2 picks before this that were dropped, and he could have easily had one. He got caught for a holding play, which I thought was bullshit anyways in the end zone, but he seals off the game with an interception, which comes up huge for this Raiders team. A new guy that we did bring in, DJ Swearinger, led our defense in tackles with 7 tackles. It's great to see him come in on his first game in a limited week and ball out like he did, and I love what I've seen from DJ Swearinger, just being all over the ball and just being everywhere. Overall, just a great game from the Raiders. We're 6-4, and I'm happy.
My back.
Now for my neck and my back play of the game. You guys know where this is going. There's so many great plays that we could have went with in this game, but I'm gonna go with Derek Carr for that leaping touchdown, which put the Raiders up 14-7 at the time. But that was a great play. It's great to see that Derek Carr held the ball and did not fumble the ball, because I was gonna have a heart attack during that game. But Derek Carr gets the play of the game. I call this Flying Carr. Roll the clip.
Carr looking, gonna try to run it, and gets to the end zone for the touchdown.
I tell you what, Greg, that was a spectacular play. I don't know how he saw the defenders and the way he was able to make them miss.
Woo! Let's go. Derek Carr touchdown. First rushing touchdown for Derek Carr for the season. Lamar Jackson, who? We got Derek Carr out here flying over defenders for the touchdown, not fumbling the ball. Thank you, Jesus. Great way to get out of the pocket and score, Derek Carr. That's my quarterback, and great play. Let's go. And that's your play of the game.
MVP, up a nigga 16 rings. We must stomp a pussy out.
MVP of the game. I mean, who else could you give it to? Max Crosby gets the MVP of the game. Had 5 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Man, this guy was just all over the field balling out. Like I said, a diamond in the rough. He had so many sacks that he ran out of celebrations out there, and he didn't know what to do with that last celebration. He just was like, but you know what? It's okay. You don't have to work on your sack celebrations because you're going to be having more. He balled out so much in this game that he got the call. No, not from God. He got the call from Dion, because when you ball, you get the call. It's so great to have a player like him, a humble player that goes out there and just balls out no matter what. And nobody knew his name before. They know his name now. So happy to have him on this team. So that is your MVP to the game. That is all, Raider Nation. I know I wanted to do a live stream after the game, but I wasn't home. I was with the family for the weekend. Finally came home today, recording this video 5 o'clock in the morning. Anywho, if there's anything I'm missing from this game or anything that you guys want to talk about in this game, drop it down in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit that like button. I would gladly appreciate it. And don't forget, guys, this is your guys' number 5 Raiders channel on YouTube. 5 Mayock legs, believe it, ladies. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button, just so you guys could be notified when I upload more videos just like this one. With that being said, Raider Nation, this is your boy Samoa Raider, and your boy is Yow.